Okay, welcome back again. And today I'm going to be showing the progress that I've been doing with my current Pixel 7 phone and demonstrating how you can turn a spare phone you've got laying around to a handy little AI companion toy or tool. And this is taking advantage of the Android 16, though you can still do this using Termex and Terminal Emulator and other applications like that on Android, but it would require you to do a lot more configurations and managing permissions. It's honestly just I could go on for days explaining to you the difference in inconveniences versus just grabbing a phone, updating it to Android 16, running that running that terminal app that comes with 16, and setting your amount of storage that you want to give to your new Debian desktop container. Now, this is a rooted phone. This has Lineage on it, Lineage 23. Android 16, and I do not have Google Play Store services to save specifically on RAM usage. This currently, and I've got 21 things in the background. Let me just go ahead and knock those down really quick. Blasey blasey. But not having the Google Play services really complements the phone if you're going to use it for AI intended use cases, like I'm going to show here in a second when we get to that point. Close everything out real fast. No, this isn't going to close anything that's running in the actual environment itself, just the actual Android environment. So that's closed. And if you like this GUI that I'm using here, I actually got it from I don't have the Play Store anymore, but the Aurora Store. What was it called? I just installed this. The changes that I put here was specifically to use the least amount of resources so I can have as much RAM available. Okay, so I actually can't find what it's called. I just installed this today, so I'll figure that out here in a second. In fact, let me just go back over here real fast. Because all I typed in was simple launcher. I think it was O launcher. Yes, okay, so I installed O launcher, and I changed a couple things out. And this is the end result here that I got left. So I just have basically my terminal. Close this. Close this. I'm gonna just close everything real quick. So basically, I just have the terminal, my little hibernator to kill apps, the Aurora Store, and a very low weight browser. So I'm simplifying this device, making it specifically dead ass for just using it as like an AI tool. So I do have some current models here. I'm loading up the Android 16 terminal. All right, so we're loaded. And I'm just going to run bash models.sh. It's a little script I made to show you my current available models. So these are the models that I have currently installed on here, and I'm going to run the Gamma 5B, so option 5, or 1B. And do keep in mind, a lot of people still don't understand the benefit and difference between models that are commercial and models that are locally hosted. You see, these are locally hosted models, and what that means is I do not require internet access whatsoever to be able to use them. So I just disabled everything. Now, just for a demonstration, I'm going to ask it. Now remember, this is completely offline. I'm just asking the trained model a question because, these locally hosted models are already a bundle of that information stored in algorithms, stored in very, 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 very fine condensed formats. These are very small, and the size of this model is only 1 billion parameters. So it's still able to perform and is very useful, especially for just common information. If you need to ask questions that typically you would go to Google for to ask a question, you could literally just have this privately, as in there's nothing tracking or paying attention to what you're conversating about between you and the model. And that's really true anonymity in my opinion. So that's kind of why I decided to focus on making this device just a little private tool for just, discoursing with AI models for language purposes without having any of my conversations being stored, tracked, and used towards advertisements and the algorithm that's going on with anything that you do nowadays having to do with just typing in a box and hitting the search button. You're being your habits, your search queries are being added to a bunch of algorithms and adding more advertisements popping up. I could go on for days on this topic, but we're just gonna leave it like that. But so that's one of the models there, and I'm gonna cancel it out. I've also managed to get image generation to work through here, and I'm not lying. I put this on everything. I do have image generation working on here, but I cannot demonstrate that while recording in this terminal because there is not enough resources for that. It's just not gonna happen. That, and it actually does take quite a bit of time because it's being conducted on a phone, but it is unique to know that the capabilities are there in today's standard phones. And it's a form of stable diffusion. In fact, let's see, it's in this folder here. So mind the names that you see in the terminal, but this is actual form of stable diffusion that I have in here, and I am able to actually print and generate images, which I can't view directly from this terminal. Well, I'd be lying if I told you that. I can actually install packages to allow the terminal to actually display pictures and images, but I can go to my desktop that's on here and view it if I wanted to. In fact, I need to add that to this home. I need to add this to the home. Yes, I'm using the NetHunters kicks to view because it's just more convenient. Oh, I can't even view it until I actually. Oh. Let's go back. I'm moving too quickly here. CD, go back, ls, back, and bash bnc.sh. Launch my desktop environment. Yeah. But after I generate it, I can literally just go to the desktop, go to the file folder, wherever it's at, and I can go look at it. But that's pretty much all I'm going to cover in this video today. And a couple of interesting tips in here. Definitely some very, very, very valuable use cases and abilities that I'm pointing out here that is completely open source and available to anybody today now. And I'll be going over a couple of more new things that I come by here in this next video. But for now, I hope this was something that you enjoyed. Please feel free to like and subscribe.